Hello, good morning. So today is my birthday, and it's also the book birthday of my book, Rosa's Choice, Healing the Wounds of the Mother, a journey into the world of the spirit baby and how we can build a new earth together. And I've been in celebration of kind of Rosa's choice and Rosa's messages, big messages around creation and birth and conception and life. I've been doing I use it like an oracle, so I've been just flicking through and seeing what Rosa wants to share with us today. So I haven't got many hands. I'm out in the park. I'm watching my 10-year-old play football today in the sunshine, and just feeling so grateful, because there was a time when I wasn't sure I was going to be able to be watching football in the park. Was I going to have another baby after all the losses? So to see him running around playing football is really grateful. I didn't think I was going to be a mum again. I also didn't think I was going to be one of those mums shouting on the sidelines like foul, but I am. Hey, we find these things out about ourselves. So yes, so this is the final day of the I'm coming in to do a message read a message from Rosa's Choice. And yeah, it was, there was a lot of things going on. If you know my story, so had Max, then had 3 miscarriages, and then had Rosa, who I had to choose to release because of medical complications. Thank you, Inga. Happy birthday. Thank you. And yeah, so I had to release Rosa due to medical complications. So this journey to motherhood really flipped my life over. At the time, of course, it didn't feel like it was for me in any way, but over the years, of course, you have the opportunity to find the gifts in that. So it's maybe not the experiences that are the gift, but the healing within those experiences that can be the gift. And it was certainly all my babies in spirit, but it was Max here who sort of kept me going when I was at my lowest point, but also Rosa herself, who I've obviously now written this book with, and also Samuel as my future baby. So I'm pretty sure that he was kind of guiding me on that thing. He was, because my question was, will I have another baby? Is there another baby out there for me? And it took me on this big journey, from 2010 when I released Rosa. And I say release because that's the word that she uses. I set her free, is what she says. She was never meant to be here in a physical body. She was meant to be with me in this way. So I went on this big journey from 2010. Is there another baby for me? Why is this happening? There must be something going on. And so yeah, I was definitely being guided by her, and certainly, although I didn't start communicating with her till about 2014, but it was certainly Samuel, my 10-year-old, who was also guiding me on that journey of find you, find us. That's what spirit babies say, and that's certainly the journey that Samuel took me on. When I was asking those questions, is there another baby for me? Who do I need to be? What needs to happen in order for me to be a mum again? And went on this huge journey. And I know that he was leading me to him, because I actually then met him before he arrived, so I knew he was there. So during the pregnancy, I was really wondering, how am I going to be? I'm going to need counselling and all of that. But because I'd met him, because I knew that he was meant to be coming, I could really more quickly go back into that knowing, that centered place of, that's just my mind, and that's just because that's what's happening in my mind's trying to keep me safe. But my knowing was, yeah, he's absolutely meant to be in the world. So I'm loving watching him run around, play football today. Yes, Rosa's Choice, and this is the thing about these journeys. As I said, the gift isn't the experience, isn't necessarily the gift, but the healing from that experience can be the gift. And we all have this opportunity to find our way through, and to grow and rise even more into who we are than we ever imagined. Thank you, Natasha. Yeah, I'll see you later, hopefully. Yes, so I just was celebrating him, celebrating my babies in spirit, celebrating Rosa, celebrating myself, and celebrating you all for all the journeys that you've been on. And you know, I see a lot of posts on Instagram and stuff like, oh, I don't know how I'm coping with this pregnancy, I don't know how I'm feeling. And you know, we all are, it's okay to be in that place. Doesn't feel okay, but we just allow ourselves, it is what is happening. And I just want to let you know that there are opportunities for growth, there are opportunities to heal, to understand more deeply what is going on, because there's always something much bigger going on behind the scenes. Yeah, I haven't got many hands. I've got the dog, I've got a coffee, and I'm sitting on a tree trunk, so I haven't been able to flick through the book. So I did that before I came online. And interestingly, what the message is on page 202, if you do have the book, and it's the message from Mary Magdalene, and it's all about pain and how we come through our pain. So I'll just read that to you now and see what you make of it. Okay, we will know, this is for all women. We will no longer live under a cloak of sadness. We will no longer live under a cloak of shame at our pain. We will reveal and celebrate our pain and live in our pain until that pain no longer needs to be revealed. We can lift this pain from the shoulders of all women. This is the soul of a long line of many women who are here to say no more to the pain, no more to the shame and the hiding of that pain. For that pain is real, and once it is acknowledged as such, it is no longer has to be, or it can no longer be. Know this soul is now released from this pain, and it is now she must set out on her work to release the pain of others and to lift the shroud of secrecy and the cloak of damage that has been caused by hiding of the pain. The pain is our honor, and we are in awe of the pain, and therefore we celebrate the pain, and we do not hide the pain, for it is time for the pain to be released and exposed for what it truly is. The pain of women that need not lie here anymore. We can release this pain and allow it to be as the emblem of our true power, our true sense of woman. We release this soul and allow her to continue in her work and to bring her light, so the very many women who are currently shrouded also under this fear of pain. We do not fear pain, we embrace the pain because it is our power, and through allowing this, the pain is no more. It is time for this soul to fly and be free of this ancient pain that has held her back and held her down, and we honour her with our love, and so it is. So that was, she was talking about something in particular, which you can go and have a look at in the book if you get to page 202 and then go back a bit. She was talking about, I don't know who she was talking about because I can't remember, but this Mary Magdalene, this embracing the pain. So this has come up quite a lot actually with clients. We can feel grief and we can feel joy at the same time. Being in pain is being human, and really life is amazing and it also can be very painful, but it's all life. So how can we be with that pain and know that within that pain we're going to find ourselves one way or another if we wish to. So so much of our physical pain and dis-ease is created through the emotional pain we carry, whether that's from this lifetime or others, if a soul feels it's necessary to. And if we find our way through this pain and choose to not be in it anymore, or choose to embrace it, so we accept it so then that it can change, then this has a powerful effect on the individual, of course, and also of course on the collective for all women and our future children, because we're not holding on and carrying on that loop time and time again of whatever wounds we may have experienced as women. I've written here, for me, Mary Magdalene's message also implies that the way our babies are birthed into the world also needs to be addressed. So there's so much fear, so much money to be made around pregnancy. Pregnancy and birth has been medicalized. Like in America, there's barely a natural birth, or midwives don't experience that. And some midwives I know, including my friend Alison Chalou, who has written her own book about this, and she is a midwife and refers to it as obstetric violence. rather than birth trauma, because of the way women can be treated. And there are some amazing people, and I was so lucky with my midwives and the support I received, but the story is not the same for so many women. So it's really looking at honouring the woman within birth and honouring the baby on their journey to birth. They're coming in, you know, they're coming into form, they're coming into life. That's a big shock. And if you go back to my previous video a couple of days ago, we were talking about incarnation and the wounds of separation that can come from that, so you can catch up on that on my YouTube or go back on the post here. So I'm not anti-medical by any stretch. I'm really grateful for it. There are ways of, there is a balance though. There's a balance of the emotional support and the physical support. And most of all, what Mary Magdalene was saying is about our power. So for someone to have power over us, we have to allow it to be given. So we, you know, to find ourselves is to find our sense of self, which is our power. And power is peace. Power is being in your truth. Power is someone saying something to you that doesn't feel true for you, and instead of going into those old childhood patterns maybe of they're the adult or they're the authority, they must be right, I must do what they say, we kind of go, no, that's not for me, thank you very much, I'm in my truth, and nothing can sway you from that truth. And certainly around, if we're talking about the medical, like IVF and assisted conception, the emotional support is really lacking, and that's where I come in. I feel that's I'm filling that gap, if you like, so to help with that emotional support and that spiritual support, which for me certainly was the missing piece of my own journey to motherhood. So yeah, spiritual fertility is where I'm at, to support the emotions around infertility or baby loss and what's going on deeper than that, that you may be unaware of, those hidden wounds, maybe from your own experiences with your own mother or your own birth, past lives, ancestral, you know, we hold on to a lot of stuff. So that's what I do. I support women in discovering those hidden wounds so they no longer need to be there, discovering why the pain is there, and then coming out of that pain. As Mary Magdalene says, your pain is your power. That's where you find your power, where you find yourself, and embracing life. And just on IVF and assisted conception, this little message that is popping into my head is, it's in spite of the medical, not because of it, that you receive your baby, because you are the portal, you are on that threshold of life and death and bringing in new life. And that's how important you are, that's how precious you are. The world may have told you differently, certainly the systems tell you differently, and that you need their help and you need their, you know, they know everything. You know your body, you know your baby, you know your journey, deep down you know your journey, and that's what I, you know, help you with, is to uncover that journey, discover that journey that you already know is there deep within, but I'm guiding you to find your own answers. And just on the systems, you know, we can get really angry at the system, whatever system that might be, education, fertility, health, finance, all of the systems that we're in. And what Rosa then says about the systems is, don't fight the system. The system is just telling us where we're not in our power, it's showing us where we're not in our power. And when we are more in our power and our sense of self and our truth, when we find ourselves, the system is no longer needed. So to embrace the system. So it's a really, you know, different take on it, because the battling and the fighting is not the way forward. It's kind of, okay, what is this showing me? We don't have to agree with what the system is doing, but what is it showing? It's showing where I'm not in my power. This thing has power over me. This doctor has power over me. Why am I allowing that? What is it within me that feels I can't stand in my own power, and what I feel is best for me, my body and my baby? Okay, so yeah, so a big message today on embracing our pain, and it's life, it's what's happening, but it's what you find within that pain and how you find yourself within it. Okay, so what's going on within it. yeah, I don't know if I've got anything else to say. I better go and watch my kids' football. But yes, Rosa's Choice, available on my website, a signed copy if you wish. Also, of course, on all the other online booksellers, and you can really delve into these messages that really offer a different perspective. And that's what Spirit Baby does. They offer a completely different perspective on how we may see the world, because we have all this conditioning and pattern and experiences, but they see it from a much bigger picture. So do go back and watch my other videos for messages on trust and what trust is all about, on incarnation and where we're heading to, and then of course about women and women's power, because I always say, I'm running my From Here to Maternity signature fertility program at the moment, and we only bring in Spirit Baby right at the crown chakra. Right, we move through all the chakras, and it's only at the crown chakra that we begin to bring in baby, because this is really about birthing you, the woman, in order to birth your babies. Okay, and for anyone listening, anyone in London, there's a couple of spaces left on the spiritual fertility retreat at the beautiful Fire and Alchemy in London tomorrow. This is going to be a stunning day where I am teaming up with Alison Shalhoub, midwife, author and Spirit Baby communicator too, to really offer a different way, an alternative, not necessarily an alternative, because you may be on that medical route, but a balance to the medical where you are the star of the show, because that is what you are. Okay, all right, so take care, have a gorgeous day, and lots of love. Bye.